wrong flavor of ice cream? Punch it. Can't get your boss to give you that raise? Punch it. And if you're fighting a shadow Pokemon, you should turn the game off and play a better one. Welcome to the wonderful world.
And that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed those. That's a pretty good summation of what we do. That one was not drawn by me. That was drawn by our reoccurring guest artist, Dane Georges, who is one of my good buddies from college. He does really good work. He did this one and the Adventure Time one. So these are ongoing. I would love to do as many of these as possible. Ideally, eventually 2 a month. Maybe that could be like a Patreon stretch goal where I'd be doing one and a guest artist would be doing another. The one we've been really wanting to do forever is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, specifically one for Stardust Crusaders, because I love that shit. There is a lot wrong with Stardust Crusaders. And we want to get Civ, who some of her art is actually in this little slideshow you'll see a little later. She also, if you have watched Anime Campaign ever, she plays all the roughhouses. And she is an amazing artist and does that. The only reason we haven't done that, and the reason I haven't done a lot of So This Is Basically, is because I have like 5 or 6 lines in a big document that's just called So This Is Basically in Google Drive for like anytime I get an idea. The reason we haven't done a lot of them is I need the tie-ins, because this is my job. So I need to wait. And I love both Audible and Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll is not quick at getting back to you, and I'm not doing the JoJo one for Audible, because that doesn't make any sense at all. But yeah, so basically just a little bit behind the scenes, how these go is I will write them. It usually takes like, I'm gonna say 3 days if I really sit down every day and like maybe get like 3 drafts through, and then I usually send it to whoever's online, usually Aram, and then he will give me some feedback and do some things.
I correct his grammar.
A lot. Then I will do a storyboard if I am not the artist, which is basically just like that, but then it doesn't have any coloration, and it's usually like more googly-eyed and stupid, and then has a bunch of words underneath every shot. Then I send that off to Dane, or in the future Civ, or in the future more artists. I would love to do like, have any of you guys seen the Lore series? It's like Lore in a Minute. I would love to do something like that, where you just like, there's like a million different artists and maybe different narrators in the future, even though I do like doing it. And you can like throw it back and forth, and we'd have this big pipeline of all these people. And the other reason I need the spots is so I can pay them, because I do actually pay them like $30 an hour, because it's really hard work. So that's the reason there's not many of those. The other ones I want to do, if I get one, because Audible's lovely, they let you do anything. Crunchyroll's like, well, you should probably do this because it's like tangential to our audience. Audible's just like, hey, we don't care. So that I'm doing video games for them. I would love to do one for Ace Attorney. The specific line I really want to use is because a lot of these, this one didn't, because it doesn't have any reoccurring characters. A lot of the videos have character names wrong on purpose. I really want to call Maya Hamburger Helper. And also there's a dumb Godot impression we want to do for a specific line. So that's pretty much how So This Is Basically works. So we can move on to the next thing, which is Anime Campaign. And the art that will be popping up in just a couple seconds is my favorite art that is from Anime Campaign. Civ did this art as well.
In the meantime, check out Windows Explorer.
This panel is also sponsored by Windows Explorer.
Yay, Windows.
Oh no, it's not the video, it's back on the slide. Whoa. Oh no, this is a secret, don't show them yet!
Close
This
your
is the
eyes.
big twist at the end. They can leave if we show them that immediately. Yeah, there it is, all right. Well, I'm sorry, the panel is now over. Come back next year. And I will not work on that video in the interim. It is not done yet. I will tell you right now, it is 2 minutes of a 5.5 minute long video. And there's a little more polishing that needs to be done. The animation is mostly finished for that part of the video. So Anime Campaign, what it is like not especially well advertised on the channel, because when I started it, I had copyright strikes from Boogaloo, which I can talk about later during the Q&A, so I couldn't upload any videos that were longer than 15 minutes. The Anime Campaign is a stream that goes on a very long time that I am the game master of, and I draw all the icons, which again you'll see a few in a minute. And how this game works, Tabletops are very numbery, and you probably have seen people roll d20s and then add a bunch of things to it. Unforgotten Realms, which this system is based on, is a really awesome system where it is 100% improv and really dumb luck because there are no stat modifiers. So you make everything up and then only roll one dice, and then that determines how well you do on things. And it's like 20s and 1s are like really dangerous because if you go like, I turn into a giraffe and extend my neck. Maybe not something to that level, but like if you got a 20, the DM has to work that in somehow, at least in some capacity. And if you get a 1, you might kill a teammate in one hit if you're really unlucky or not being GM'd by me because I don't like killing off my players. So what this is it is a technically 9-part, but it's an 8-part series ongoing. And every episode parodies a different kind of anime, more or less. There are 4 episodes out right now, and each of them has a rotating co-GM with me, some of whom are here. And it's pretty much involves everyone on our channel. So the first one is a space western / normal western mostly. There's no space. The second one is just generic fantasy. It's specifically based off the 3rd Pokemon movie, which is the Entei one, where they like make stuff up and they go into like a castle made of a little girl's dreams. That sounds way dumber when I say it out loud.
I swear to God, his D&D is really cool,
You guys, let me tell you about it.
So I'm almost done. Don't worry. This is leading up to something, and it's audience interactive. So don't worry. We're gonna be doing a 9-hour stream right now.
And if you leave, we punch you.
The 3rd campaign is the Prison Break episode. The 4th one is a card game episode, a la the Uno thing. It's also a whodunit. And some of the co-GMs are here. It rotates every time. Aram was the one for the Prison Break episode. We have one of our other players and the co-GM for the 5th episode, Rick, who also plays Rick Shades.
I lost a card game twice in one turn!
There he is. He did lose a card game twice in one turn. They are a lot of fun. They're also very, very long. The shortest one, I think, is 6.5 hours, and the longest one is 8.5. We plan to cut them down and eventually put them on my channel. I actually want to make an opening first for it, like a really dumb anime opening. And the reason I tell all of you that, I didn't even tell you the actual fun thing about this system. So how it works is, specifically anime campaign, this is not Unforgotten Realms. This is the system we added. If you're familiar with stands in JoJo or quirks in My Hero Academia, is that what it's called? It's basically the same thing. We roll 3 random words, and you pick one. You pick your favorite, and that becomes the basis for your power set. So I think it's, if we go down one more slide, you can see some of the example characters. The top 3 are Plaster's 3 characters.
He doesn't like my characters very much.
No, I do. They're just terrifying to GM because you're a chaos god. So this is Allison McGillicuddy, Quentin and his bird Quinoa, and then Regina Sandbag. So for example, the first guy's power is...
That one was lost to history.
That one was lost to history. I will tell you, he is appearing again in 5. So... his power is charades. So Plaster will draw on the game map, and she has an allotted amount of lines, and if someone guesses what she's trying to draw, she summons it. It doesn't matter what it is.
And at one point I didn't have an allotted number of lines, like that was a new restriction, so in comes Shadow the Hedgehog.
To be the boss of the 0th campaign, which thank God was lost to history, to quote myself, I think the moment I failed officially as a game master was when I let a player summon Shadow the Hedgehog. So that's the level of serious this game. It is not like big adventures. It is basically dumb improv with dice. So Aaron's 3 characters are on the bottom. They are crowd favorite Dan Gansley, Percival King, who is a girl, and Tripwire, or do you... Tripwire! You specifically have to do it that way. And Dan had an epithet, but rolled a 1, so he doesn't get it. So the reason, why am I telling you all this boring stuff? The reason I'm telling you is because sometime in December, we are holding Adventure 5, which the randomly generated name of that adventure is Executive Grin Contest, which is the Mecha game show episode. So it's based on Mecha. And if you can go to the next slide, you guys will be creating a character that will be showing up in that. So this is a more Civ artwork. This is Giovanni Potage, which is probably the poster boy for this entire system. His power is soup. so he can summon soup, and he doesn't like his power, so he does things like, he has like tangential powers, like he can make steam and make things like feel hot because he's like cooking the soup, and he like sweats soup. He's super gross. No, shut up. I didn't want to call attention to it.
Why don't you let me GM?
So how we are going to do this, I am going to roll your 3 words, and then you guys are going to vote which power. Then, while Plaster and Aram read through a scene of Pizza Game, I am going to be drawing the icon, which hopefully I will have finished by the time they are done, and I will run it over and we can all look at it. So, let's roll the 3 words. Dun, 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 dun. I'm not going to do a drum roll, it'll take too long. Thank you. Random word generator. All right.
What do we got?
All right. Your 3 words are habitual, as in habits, choker. I didn't know that was a word.
It's like a necklace.
Oh, it's a necklace. Oh, okay. That's a little less terrifying. And drowned. So,
I feel like that's not just 3 words. That's a short story right there.
all right. So, again, the 3 words are habitual, choker, and drowned. So think about all the powers that could come out of any of those words, and it can be like, you can kind of futz with it. So, like, one of the character's powers is gold bricker, which is a really cool ancient word that means a kind of person who will take metal, cover it with a tiny sheet of gold, and sell it as a brick of gold, which is why people, like, bite coins and, like, fiction and stuff to check. So his power is like literally just, he could just make gold. He can turn anything into gold. He's got like Midas touch power. So it's not exactly the word, but it's within the range. So habitual, choker, and drown. So if you want it to be habitual, raise your hand. Actually, it'd be more fun if we do this by applause. So applaud and whoop and holler if you want it to be habitual. All right, mild support for habitual. How about choker? All right, and how about drowned? All right, it looks like you guys have just decided your epithet will be drowned. And that is what the words are called. They are called epithets. That's the word replacement for
The character
quirks.
is just a corpse.
All right, so the other thing we do, there's 2 stats in this game. Stamina, which is how much health you have, and your basically like your mana. So how much you can do is stamina. So if you want to use an attack that is like powerful and actually uses your ability, it'll cost an amount of stamina. And then proficiency is the other ability, which is basically what Pokemon level you're at, and the higher that goes, the more powers you unlock. So I am going to roll 2. We wanted to bring dice to let someone roll this for us, but I'm going to roll 2 dice. So let's see how good or how terrible this character is at both things. Roll dice. I'm not going to go to roll 20. That'll take forever to load. Roll dice. Oh, no, not a 6-sided die. We're nerds. D20.
Okay, which of these are you rolling, to be clear?
I roll stamina first, and
right.
then proficiency. All right. So here we go. The base stamina for this person is, roll that, 13. Not bad, out of 20. That's above average. And let's see how good they are with their power. 12. What a boring person. All right, so you've created a very boring, drowned person. Do you guys want them to be a boy, a girl, or something else? The first thing I heard was dead. All right, so we'll vote again. Boy, girl, dead. All right, so I know what it's gonna be, but I want to hear it anyway. For boy, for girl, for dead. All right.
Looks like we're gonna make a cute ghost who is
also spooky.
Yeah, who is
frightening.
What was it? But also
Oh no!
frightening.
Oh my gosh, we are creating that character. All right, so I will begin drawing this. Plaster, if you want to
no one
take
should manage the character. They're just like a dead icon on the map.
they're just like a dead pixel. They're always on the screen. All right, so yeah, Plaster, if you want to go down there, and Aram, you want to take the stage, we'll be showing you Pizza Game. And if, Plaster, if you want to get over there and explain a little bit of what Pizza Game is while I very quickly draw the drowned character. Oh, just to fill up some time, what should their name be? Just shout out some things. Let me think about it. Here, raise your hand if you got a name. All right, I saw that first. Death. What?
Whoa, that's a little too real.
Hat, sorry. Bat? I'm gonna veto that. It's too easy. Cowboy hat? Carlton? I kind of like Carlton. It sort of undercuts the fact he's dead. All right, and let's come up with a last name. Like, think about it. Make it something related to Drown. We're not like clever here. Pimples? All right, pink hair.
We can share my.
Oh, yeah.
Bubbles?
I thought you said there was
All right.
one here.
I'm gonna take a few more contenders. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna take Opsicopolis out of that. What? Glub? Glub is pretty good. And then,
My name's Carlton
Yes, you. Aqualungs. All right, I think I'm gonna go with Carlton Blubs because that's the most fun to say. All right, so while you guys, oh my goodness, there it is. While you've loaded this game, and if Plaster wants to explain it, I will draw Carlton Blubs.
Okay, so this is Pizza Game. It's an ironic visual novel that I'm making. It's sort of based on the people that work on this channel, I guess. The bottom right was Jello's character, so that tells you how loosely we're going
Like
here.
the level of effort we're putting into this is she wrote some lines for this character, and I was like, I guess I'll design them. I don't want to draw hands, oven mitts. I don't want to draw an outfit, oven apron. Here you go, Plaster.
Perfect. So yeah, I'm not actually the voice of the main girl. It's an otome game, so she's trying to get every boy have a secret. One of them is Bones, and I'm not her actual voice, but she's actually, Cayenne is voicing her. She's another voice actress on our channel, but I will be voicing her today for this demo scene with Aramnaze, who plays Mr. Aramnaze.
Yeah, I'm playing the character who is me if I was... Well, you'll see.
If you were yourself.
Yeah.
Aram is the canonical love
Yes.
interest.
Huh?
He is the main route. Oh, you should explain what an otome game is if people don't know. I'll do it. So an otome game is a dating game. Usually there are one of several characters you can pick. They usually fill some niche role, like the tsundere character. There's usually like the essentially... I'm just gonna call him a daddy character. There's usually like a teacher or an older guy. Sometimes there's a gay option. Usually there's like 5 to 7 routes, and the idea is you play the game multiple times to get multiple endings, and usually at the end there is like a true ending that is unlocked.
There's also like a cool guy. He's in this game. So the lead up to this scene is Cayenne wants a pizza, but the town pizza is closed. So she's going to her boss's house after hours to make a pizza.
I have an idea. Why don't we go with Mr. Aramnaze and ask if he wants to make a pizza with us? Then he can misinterpret that as a double meaning thingy and make sex at you. Yay! He will do that for certainly.
How did you find my house, printer boy?
With a little bit of love, anything can become happen.
Security.
No, wait, Mr. Aramnaze! I didn't just come here for none reason. I'm hungry and the town pizza is closed.
So?
So I'm saying we make pizza together. You and me. Together. Because now that we off work, it's not inappropriate anymore. You know what they say, Mr. Aramnaze?
What do they say?
When you're off the clock, stays in Vegas.
What makes you then think I have the ingredients to make a pizza, printer boy? I'll have you know I only eat gourmet pizza made by the fittest chefs at upscale eateries for rich people.
Well, making our own gourmet pizza would be more economical.
I suppose that is true. And Handsome CEO's Weekly did say to do bonding activity with your indentured servants, so they will be even more indentured. Okay, let us make a pizza.
Yay!
Of course, if you want to have a cook pizza time, I'll need to find a way to generate ad revenue. Hello, lesser citizens, and thanks for tuning into Handsome CEO and Printer Boy Cooking Show. I'm Mr. Aramnaze.
And I'm...
Click the ads on your left during the show part of the show to make money for me. And Mr. Aramnaze. Since we spend all the budget for this week's episode on firing Printer Boy, we'll have to find the ingredients for recipe using substitutions. This week's recipe is... pizza! Printer Boy, what will we need to make a pizza? Please choose the correct ingredients.
Which one should we choose, you guys? I'm hearing apple. Is this working?
Yeah.
All right. I'm hearing apple. This is a tomato.
An eggplant. Wrong. Are you having a chuckle? Very funny. You're fired. What have you got there, Printer Boy? It's time to put it back now.
I'm hearing eggs.
An egg? What a wonderful idea, Printer Boy. If you're trying to kill someone...
Click on him! I heard click on him!
Why, Printer Boy, if I didn't despise you, I would be very turned on right now. Wonks at you. Impassive stare.
Click him again, I heard!
I see you're very determined, Printer Boy. Unfortunately, I still cannot go on a pizza.
Click him again!
Stop. I am not a choice of ingredient.
I think you should click him as many times as you can.
Try as you might, Mr. Aramnaze simply wouldn't go on the pizza. You decided to select another ingredient. I thought I could trick you by pretend to be the narrator. It seems you're still at it, Toto. You're fired. Try as you might, Mr. Aramnaze simply wouldn't go on the pizza. Stop clicking on me! Happy 10th clickversary, Printer Boy. Hey, I've got an idea. How about on your 11th, I give you a game over?
It just goes back to the menu.
Save scum!
It's not working. It just goes back to the menu at this point, but you do get a game over.
You do get a game over, so we won't be doing
Mouse?
that.
You think a mouse goes in a pizza, Printer Boy? Actually, that explains a lot.
Click on the ad.
Cookie dough. Wrong. It looks like you've exhausted all your options. It was a good effort, Printer Boy. But I suppose if you ounce something done, be Mr. Aramnaze. The correct answer was pizza. Just how do we prepare pizza? Good question, me. First, put it in the oven. Printer Boy, put the pizza in the oven. Please select the correct oven. Just kidding. You had your chance already. While the pizza is cooking, let's take some calls from our viewers. Remember to click the ad on the left to show Make Me Money while you watch. Have you clicked it yet? Good job. Oh, look, a caller. Hello, you're on Mr. Aramnaze and whatever cooking show. What do you have to say for yourself? Oh, it's your mother, Cayenne.
Oh boy!
You're right, she is pretty useless. I already did. Well, frankly, I'd be disappointed if I were you, Mrs. Cayenne. Oh, you already are disappointed. Well, thank you for calling. I'll make sure Printer Boy gets the message. Printer Boy.
Yes, Mr. Aramnaze?
Your mother says you're fired.
Not again!
Haha, what a shenanigan. Oh, it looks like the time it took to answer that phone call, the pizza readied. Don't you have a taste, Printer Boy? Did we correctly fasten a pizza?
This pizza isn't cooked.
Special thanks to our sponsors whose ads can be viewed on the left part. Be sure to click them. Now that Printer Boy has eaten a whole pizza, it's time for the next segment of our show. Are you fat? Yes. Then it's time to lose weight the Mr. Aramnaze way. Just kidding. The Mr. Aramway's way is don't get fat in the first place. Good effort, though. It's time to lasso weight the Printer Boy way. Please select an activity to lose weight, Printer Boy. Who are you, my cousin? And just where are you going to row a rowboat? The ocean? You'd also need a team. Of course, I won't be on it because I am your coach person, Mr. Aramnace. Besides, do you even own a boat? I already told you our budget is gone. Thanks to you.
Didn't you get any monies from the advertising?
Ha! That money is going towards my boat. Oh, here's what we'll do. We'll ask our viewers if they want to support you in Row Crew. Hello, viewers. It looks like Cayenne needs some money. So I'll give you, the viewers, an opportunity to send some. Please press the correct button if you'd like to crowdfund us. Do not press the incorrect button, as this will cause our company vault to burst into flames. The correct button will say send money. Ready? Here comes the button. Don't screw up. Great work. Sometimes the best choice is no choice. But have you considered your lack of initiative is what contributes to your financial shortcomings? Bring. Neoliberalism is calling.
Mr. Aramnace, what are you talking about?
That's enough nonsense for Nuo. The correct answer was baseball. America's favorite pastime. Unfortunately, all our baseball budget went to cleaning out all the rats you unleashed on our pizza farms. Unfortunately, all our baseball budget accidentally went towards basketball. Why don't you try another choose activity that is basketball? Basketball, eh? Your ambitions amuse me. You won't burn any calorie by standing around hoping your teammate passed to you. I am your teammate. Are you ready, Printer Boy? It is time to slam the dunk. I am dribbling the ball like the Magic Johnson.
My name is Mr. Eric.
Can you catch me?
Unless you want your ass fired, stay out of my way. Got a big fat and I make a lot of money. Shut up, sit down, and don't sass me, honey. Here at the Microsoft.
I heard someone say
Do
click him.
some business in the morning, then I chill out at the spa. Sit down
So you caught me, eh? It appears I was too much lower my guard. Well, that won't be the case for round 2.
It's the
Ha, not so clever now, are you, Printer Boy?
Snort 800 grams and find a something.
Damn it! Well, were you prepared for this?
Just when you thought these rhymes couldn't get any
Fuck! Very clever. Of course, you will always be able to catch me if I'm limited to the 2 dimensions. Please put on your 3D glasses included with the box of pizza game. Because for this next segment, I will be 3D!
Mr. Aramnace, I can't even see you. There's an ad on my face.
What? You don't have 3D glasses? Don't worry, I'll help you troubleshoot. Pizza Game Manuel. First, tell me where you purchased your copy of Pizza Game.
Wow, universal.
You don't say. Well, things like this happen sometime. The previous owner probably misplaced their 3D glasses, which mean you'll have to contact them to ask for a refund. Wait a minute. Garage sale? It wasn't a floppy disk with no name, was it? It was? Well, I'm sorry, player boy, but that means you're playing Haunted Pizza Game!
What? Mr. Aramnace! I still have an ad on my faces! Huh? I don'ted. What happened next time? Find out on Pizza Game!
How you doing over there, Jello?
I am pretty close to being done. I'm coloring. His first name is Carlton, right? Yeah. All right, Carlton Blubs. He's pretty close. I'm making him a little more ghost, so I will make him ghost.
I put in a warped lamp scene if you want us to try being warped lamp.
Yeah, we could do the warped lamp scene.
Okay.
With the one with Sensei or just no?
You know, I think it's the Learn Buddies scene.
All right,
maybe.
I'm up for that. I will come back and finish this in just a minute.
Let me open Renpai again. Special word from our
One more
sponsor.
pizza
I don't know.
game scene.
Yeah, I have two.
So you can meet some of the other routes,
Yeah, so.
including the one played by me.
Oh, yeah.
Though really, the Mr. Aramne's rap is the only valid one.
It's true. Do you want to be Warped Lamp for this?
Yes!
Warped Lamp is the cool guy. He's voiced by our friend, Warped Lamp.
Getting bachelor degree turns out to be really hard. I sat down at my class desk and wait for the teacher to begin already.
Good morning, class.
But Sensei, this is night class.
Morning time is all the time because it's always a new day to learn. Now is time to begin a group learning activity. Everyone, get their Learn Buddies and fill out this educational word search. I will pass they out to every front row of desk now.
So it looked like we're Learn Buddies, short snot.
But Sense didn't.
I'm always taking the sacrifice for the team. You might as well call me Master of Thankless Job. Sometimes I think I'm just in this story to be a Christ figure.
Lamp!
What do you want? I'm in the middle of a cool guy syllogism. No, wait. Soliloquy. Yeah, that's it.
First of all, you don't even know what that word is.
What word? Christ figure?
No, soliloquy.
Oh. Yeah, I do, Nerd Knuckles. It's in the cool guy dictionary. Right after centipedes.
That's not even a real book.
Ha! Then how do you explain this? Yeah, I know a little thing or two about vanity publishing.
Whatever. Anyway, second thing is we weren't even assigned to be partners, Lamp, so quit complaining.
Hi, Gaias. Working hard or hardly learning? Joke.
Well, actual Sensei, I was wondering if...
Listen, Teach Guy, we haven't gotten any works done because Cayenne is busy goofing off and making photocopies of her butt on the table.
What? Lamp?
Gasp! Now, Cayenne, butts are for private time, not everybody time. Please throw out your butt copies in the trash dumpster.
Yeah, I mean, normally making copies of your butt is cool, because then you have extra butts. But I had to make sure Cayenne was paying attention to her schoolwork.
Good job at justice, Douglas. Here is your good job kiss. Smooch.
Douglas? Your name is Douglas?
Cesne!
Yes, Douglas.
Quit gay kissing me, it's cramping my style!
Now, Douglas, everybody needs a good job kiss sometime. Even if that means being sometimes gay.
Seethes!
But are you gay, Sensei?
That's a trade secret. Now it's time to get to work. Chap chop.
Lamp, I can't believe you made up that lie about me in front of Sensei.
Relax, Cayenne, it was just a prank.
Ugh! Less than. Forget it. I'm going to get started on this worksheet. The worksheet was a word search, but all the letters in the word spurts spell out car.
They're
I
a
guess we
driving
better
school.
get this overed with.
Just kidding, I have an announcement.
OMG!
Guys, I just want to say that even though this is my first class I teach at the community center, you're my best students ever! That's why, from now on, I have made a decide. Instead of students, you are all learn flowers. In my homeland, a flower is what grow out of the ground when in the spring and summertime. Yesterday I saw a flower outside, and it reminded me of how learn is like a thing that grows out of the ground place. So that's why. All of us is learn flowers together.
Your homeland? Where were you born, Sensei?
Floordaddle.
Ugh, aren't you forgetting some of us didn't eat dork flakes for breakfast? I've never even heard of flowers.
Shut up, Douglas. Anyway, to celebrate this big momentous occasion, I brought ice cream bar.
You brought one ice cream bar?
I will leave it on the table for you to eat. Goodbye.
Ugh, that sensei really twist my girdle.
That's not the point, genius. The point is we have to finish this word search.
What are you doing? Let me see that.
I'm filling out the answers. Give it back.
You're writing with a pencil? You're even more of a dork than I thought.
Why? What's wrong with pencils?
Listen, if my name is going on this word paper, then you can't write it in pencil. I only fill out my paperwork with spray cans.
What? Lamp, it's all covered in red now.
Well, obviously, we can't get to questions wrong if there aren't any question on the paper.
Oh, I hate you, Lamp. You're so annoying. And don't think I forgot about yesterday.
What? What happened yesterday? I actually don't remember.
You didn't let me stop Sensei from filling up the wink meter.
Well, yeah, what about it?
Sensei could have died. All because you didn't believe the wink meter is really exist.
That because it doesn't exist. Obviously.
Well, I'm gonna prove you wrong.
Psh, how do you plan on doing that, Genie? Yes?
By proving all the other 6 school mystery is true.
Psh, how do you plan on doing that, Genie? Yes?
Okay, first tell me, what are the other 7 schools mysteries?
Huh? You really don't know? I guess I can tell you because you are really too big much of a loser to handle things without the help of a cool guy like me. Mystery number 2, the school toilet. They say that on the night after the night of Halloween night, which is tonight, by the way, the school toilet always disappear. Then something explodes, probably. Where does it go? Nobody knows. Because it is school mystery.
You want me to investigate a toilet?
You're the one who wanted to go on this weird loser quest, and now you are complaining? You just invented a whole new flavor of ice creams. It's called idiot flavor. And it's a limited time promotional flavor for 263rd anniversary. And it tastes like you!
You're losing your touch, Lamp.
Master of Twisted! Anyway, I got a date with the laundromat. I'll let you handle this schoolwork. Sit. Sit is short for situation.
But class isn't over?
Remember, Smell Silverstein, handing my homework is a great responsibility. Don't mess it up. Later.
Wait, what? OMG, he just left. Grr, double grr, triple grr, quarter pounder burger with cheese. Well, that's enough mess around, I guess. I'll turn this in worksheet to the teacher type. Turns in but angry.
Wow! A letter.
Sensei, that's the worksheet.
No one's ever given me a letter before.
It's not a letter.
I've already written my answer reply for when somebody give me my first letter. I will read it to you now. On the front side is a postcard from Yosemite. This is from the Big Sensei family reunion. However, I have crossed out the mountain part and drew an orange on the backside. It's a, "Orange, you glad you written me a letter?" Then I write back the response to my letter. It says, "Yes." Then I wrote my address. Good job, Sensei!
Sensei handed you the letter.
Next fall, I'm taking teaching a big class at the, teaching a big letter class at the community center all about letters. Doesn't that sound fun?
Sensei, sometime I think you'd be better off as a potted plant or something.
Well, you see, Cayenne, all of us is potted plants. All of us is learn flowers. Well, you can go home now that you're finished with your assignments. Have a good day to you. And remember, to study for the big test tomorrow.
Okay, but before I go, I need to ask you a questions.
I'm hearing toilet. Oh, but it's bully.
Sensei, why is Warped Lamp so mean to me?
Douglas? Why, that because he's master of Twisted. It's a very important job, Cayenne.
I'm pretty sure Lamp made that title up.
Me too. But sometimes, Cayenne, when a boy loves someone, there's something very... Sorry, Sensei has bad eyeballs. When a boy loves something very much, he don't know what to say. So he says mean words. I'm still apologize to my oatmeal about last week. Joke.
Well, thanks anyway, Sensi.
No problemo. Spanish.
That didn't help at all bit. Well, you can't just go looking at toilets without the right information. There's only one person in Floridado who knows more about toilets than anybody.
Oh man,
and that's William.
Are we going to the Will scene?
Oh no, the scene ends
right.
after this preview.
It's time to ask William Sama for help. What happened next? Find out next TM in the full pizza game.
I'm pretty impressed. We were expecting at least half of you to leave for that, and that's not self-deprecating. That was just total honesty. His game. All right. So I think while I finally finish drawing this thing, because I'm real close, I think we should show off the 2 minutes we have done of Welcome to Webcomics. That is the final video on the flash drive that starts with a 3. Only a little bit of it was spoiled.
Spoiler where webcomics are.
It's okay to spoil things because we all learn flowers.
We all spoil flowers.
Did you guys enjoy the pizza game?
Said my actual only character in that is just some random one-off named Brain that Jello made up. And he saw it in a dream, and he's like, "Hey, I made up a minor character," and I'm like, "Great, I'm writing other stuff." So I'm just some random, I'm kind of like Warp Lamp, but just kind of he described it as a Pokemon NPC that's yeah.
Trying to be philosophy, but
I
failing.
understand a lot about you, kid. Have a promotional carrot. That's it.
Hello, and welcome to Webcomics, the wonderful online medium of comics loved the world over by readers who don't like paying for content and artists who don't like updating. Are you a creator with an idea in your head that you don't know how to get out into the world? Are you looking for a medium with all the effort of animation, but none of the appeal? All the time consumption of writing a book with none of the profit? Do you kind of know how to code a website? Then Webcomics might be right for you. You might be a writer who doesn't understand why your artist friends walk away when you tell them about your really cool idea for a comic. Someone has to draw this thing, and it looks like you're gonna have to hire a professional to help you out. At first, they'll be working for exposure, but don't worry, you'll be able to cover their fees once you start making all that sweet, sweet webcomic money. Your comic can be about anything. What's that? You don't have a story you want to tell, but you still want to torture yourself? That's perfectly fine. You don't need a script or even a basic plot outline to start your comic. In fact, the less planned out your webcomic is, the better it will be. Why not make a comic poking fun at video games or RPGs? There's a lot of untread ground there.
Here we are, the castle of the fiendish apostrophica. Hark, a save point. How funny it is that I point that out in universe. I hope we aren't killed by our comically villainous teammate.
Too much room for creative thinking and character development? How about a comic where people just talk about playing video games?
I like this game.
I don't like this game.
I'm the upbeat, naive one.
I'm the straight-laced, cynical one.
I am here also, and I have boobs!
Why, it practically writes itself. Too formulaic? How about some gag-a-day strip comics, like the ones you read in the newspaper? If that update deadline's closing in and you're still at a loss with this week's strip, just fill your fourth panel with a wacky face or a non sequitur. Those are jokes! Oh, you don't want any jokes, you say. I get it. You're one of those artsy types that uses a brooding anime girl as your avatar. In that case, why not make your comics avant-garde versions of your own poems?
Ruined, soiled forever on my chest. I mixed my whites with the darks. My favorite shirt and my heart, both on the floor. Please support my Patreon.
Hello, and
that-
welcome
that's
to
all for the
Webcomics, the
preview.
wonderful online medium of comics loved the world over by readers who don't like paying for content.
All right, I am saving Carlton right now, and I will move him over to the other computer very briefly. But I am pretty sure that's almost everything. There's just one more project I want to talk about before we open up to Q&A, and we've got a little under 30 minutes left. Save Carlton. He's having a bad time.
Carlton Blubs.
Carlton Blubs, they found him in a river.
I had a second verse, but I realized it didn't rhyme. Or scan, because that was too many syllables.
Carlton Blubs.
Carlton Blubs!
It's not going to do well when it comes out on TBS.
Please support our band camp.
All right, yeah, so if we can go back briefly, sorry I keep making you switch back and forth, to the little presentation slide PDF thing. There is one more project I'd like to talk about, and it's a little bit related to Welcome to Webcomics because probably starting sometime in midwinter, I'm going to be starting my own webcomic, which is, you can see it on the next slide. It is called Cornucopia, or Nuco for short. It's in the middle of the word. I'm going to be starting that hopefully in winter. I want it to update like once a week at first until I actually get like a backlog so I can... And again, like this won't stop. This is why I'm stopping Welcome to, because if I have all the projects running at once, I cannot do all that stuff because making webcomics is hard. It took a long time to draw those really stupid example comics we just dubbed and made fun of, especially the poem one, which is like on my computer and might be the worst thing I've ever created in my life. Did you notice how when it zoomed out, it was a shirt, like a piece of laundry, but it also had a silhouette of a man in it, and he was being stabbed.
He got his bachelor's in graphic design.
Thanks. I'm really using it well. This is a comic. I don't need to tell you very much about it. The first chapter is kind of standalone. It is mostly about two of the characters on here. The guy with black hair, who definitely isn't Spike Spiegel. His name is Hiccup, who definitely isn't the character from How to Train Your Dragon. I swear to God, this is an older script than that movie, and they stole it from me, so it's my original character, and I'll be suing DreamWorks coming sometime. He is a ninja working for the Land of Salts, which is a desert country, and he is trying to steal a national treasure from the country the girl there, Lily, works in. She is not a guard at a castle, she's more like a groundskeeper. And the first chapter is about him working undercover and her trying to figure out who is actually trying to steal it, and they get partnered up very briefly. And it's in a world where everyone is just terrible. So hopefully that should be a fun time. If you like the stuff I write, maybe you'll like this. I'd really appreciate it if you check it out. We don't have an official URL yet. Originally this was going to come out on the 24th of November, but I wasn't sure I could secure a good, nice-looking actual website because I'm not going to put it on Tumblr or Tapastic or anything, or DeviantArt, God forbid, just because I think that's a really horrible archiving system. And I want it to have a nice website. But the URL I'm going to try and buy, it's open right now, please don't buy it and sell it to me at an upscaled price, is I think it's just www.nuco-comic.com. So hopefully that'll come out pretty soon. And that is a big project I'm really excited for. So after that, I think that is just about everything. So we can open the floor to questions. Yeah, well, while questions are going on, I was going to walk it over there. I got to say
Ready for Carlton Blubs?
Carlton Blubs.
They found him in the ocean.
Carlton Blubs. He caused a commotion because he was listed as dead and didn't have a gender. Just dead. All right. I'm going to walk it over there. Do you guys want to man the first comment or two while I save this?
Sure. Well, we got an early riser over here.
Ooh. I would really I don't have a date. I mean, I want to finish it probably before next summer. I would really like to put it on Steam, so like PC, but sell it for $4.12, like some stupid price.
I think it should cost the same as a personal pizza.
Yeah.
Approximately.
I mean, you can select toppings as your DLC. Perfect.
Over there?
Okay.
Well, he's the greatest character ever to come out of some stupid voice that I was told to do.
Second greatest character next to Quentin.
Toys!
Toys!
Mm-hmm. I sure don't know. When he's done with stuff, maybe you can ask him. Yes.
Yay. Is it based on your internet friends, but very loosely? Maybe someday. I'm writing it. I'm doing the coding in RenPy, which I would recommend if you want to do a visual novel. Like, it's pretty good and pretty customizable, and you can probably like pick up some basic Python if you want to do something that's not in there. But Jello is doing the art, so you saw his backgrounds and character designs. Oven mitts. I'm also doing the music, so yeah, it's like, and then I asked various people. There are voice incidentals, like we said, but we muted them for this preview because we were reading it. So that's the process.
Should we throw up Carlton?
I think we should show up Carlton Blubs. There he is. All right, so Adventure 5 of Anime campaign is being co-hosted by Jay again. It is the adventure where many of the protagonists have been captured by the villainous corporation, and they are being forced to power their robots through a series of televised game shows. And we need many competitors to face the player characters, and Carlton Blubs will be among them. Who knows what we can do with his powerful epithet of drowned.
He should definitely be like in a blues band.
In a blues band?
Yeah, and then it'll just be like Carlton Blubs.
Like he's just one guy and has like a broken instrument. It's like a guitar it's just like a trumpet filled with water that just goes.
No, it's definitely like a messed up cymbal that he holds and then like hits with a mallet.
He's the lost blues brother. All right, well, that's Carlton. There. Yep. Are you trying to buy out the URL before I get it? Ooh, half-rate URL. Yeah, it is just NUCO. It's the last, it's the exact middle of the word cornucopia, because that doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you guys. The chat online is asking if you guys could repeat the question.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
that's a really good point. We should be doing that anyway. The question was, how do you spell the URL we were going to use for cornucopia? Chat, also, I have you open. Feel free to ask your questions as well. All right. Any others? Okay. All right, that's a good question. For cornucopia, what is its like genre and tone? Is it going to be lighthearted or serious? I would put it somewhere. It's not quite as goofy as One Piece, and I would put it between One Piece and the like nicer parts of Full Metal Alchemist. Like the parts they mostly cut out of Brotherhood and they made it a little more serious. It's like somewhere in there. It's not very. It's pretty lighthearted.
But if you think like, wow, that sounds dumb, can Plaster Brain ruin it? I've done some terrible, shitty comics of his characters knowing nothing about the series.
She knows nothing about the C's character designs for characters that won't appear for years. And I'm like, you can't even like publicly shitpost that because no one will understand it for 5 years.
And mine is called Turducken.
Just Turd for short. Other questions? Right there.
Yeah, it was mostly file size.
What was the question?
Oh, the question to repeat was, did you choose not to put full voice acting in Pizza Game because of the file size? Yeah, that was mostly the concern. Yeah, I mean, would we ever upload video read-throughs of it? Yeah, we could definitely do that because it's not for lack of enthusiasm, I don't think, because you
gotta have confidence that we'll hit it big, and someday there will be fan dubs of it.
No.
I can't wait to see. Whoa. Hello. I can't wait to see cosplayers for Pizza Game.
I just want to see a sensei.
Oh, here's a good question from Jackson of the Third Wheel. Hi, Jello. You clearly know what you're getting into with webcomics, so why are you willingly getting into a webcomic? It's the best medium for this story. I thought about changing it to a screenplay or just something like animated along the lines of what Pizza Game looks like. It works best as a comic, unfortunately.
That's always really difficult, though, because it's like you want to tell a multimedia story, but you're like, what do I do? It's so much effort.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now, the main character is a ninja, and in this universe, ninjas aren't like... they're not as sneaky. It's more like they're hired Black Ops agent, and it's kind of similar to Anime Campaign because I'm a one-trick pony. Every ninja basically studies for years to get one power. His is paint manipulation, so he can do a lot of fun things messing around with the comics, and not as in like a look at me grabbing the frame of the panel, haha, wink kind of way, but like it'll be more fun in a comic medium to actually
Uses a
work with that.
paintbrush like Epic Mickey, except this is originaler.
Thank you for coming. All right. Other questions? Yeah, I see one in the back, so I don't forget. Yep. When is my birthday?
That's a great question.
You got it. When is our birthday? Mine is June 20th. Just mine? All right.
Just yours.
Public information. Can I do it? I
Oh,
did
this
one
was
for
in
the
the other
last
panel.
panel. All right, I'll do another dab. Okay. Video editing takes up a lot of space. How many hard drives do you have and how big? I have one hard drive and no backups because I'm a giant idiot.
Well, you got like the.
Yeah, so because a lot of my videos aren't, I run into this problem if I ever have to work with actual footage. Like last year I was editing down this convention. It is way harder to use real video than just like moving flat stuff that I drew around, which is way easier. So actually a lot of my files are pretty low processing stuff, which is good because my laptop's not very great. Yeah, no, I should probably have backups and stuff, which is why for a brief time when Bacano Bridge got sniped by Sony Music, for using the music, not the visuals, which was new to me, and I guess doesn't fall under fair use, not bitter. For that, we lost 2 or 3 of the episodes because I didn't have them on my computer. But we found them because someone illegally uploaded them somewhere else, which was great. Oh, okay. In Anime Campaign, Mira, who is a reoccurring side NPC I play, and the boss of the Zeroth campaign, she has a passive I refer to as the worst passive in the game. She loses stamina passively every turn with no upside to it. It is exclusively she gets weaker as the fight goes on. She didn't have that when she was a boss. How many? 0. Someone we didn't get on the aisle. How old is everyone? I am
0.
0! I already told you what my birthday is. You can't figure it out? I'm 22.
I'm 20 regular.
I'm 27.
He's old.
He's old. Warped Lamp asks, hey Jello, why are you such a shameless sellout? Please buy Jello slippers, $30. But you choose not to shell out the Warped Lamp Twitch channel where people can watch Anime
You
Campaign.
can watch our Twitch campaigns on Twitch TV /
Warped Lamp, master of twist.
And you could listen to them on Audible if they were there, but they aren't.
Dryad asks, Jello, when are you putting me in Anime Campaign? Answer, shut up, Dryad. It's a running joke. I'm not a dick. All right. Who is my favorite JoJo character? I'm really not very far in part 4. I really like Koichi in terms of protagonists. Also, Jotaro is probably pretty good. I'm gonna say Jotaro because when I'm like really enthused by him, he is really good.
Yeah, I like Jotaro. The thing about Jotaro is he starts off kind of boring, I thought, especially compared to Joseph, but then he gets better and better throughout that series until you can really appreciate him. I think I still like Joseph a little more, because he's my kind of nonsense.
He's the kind of nonsense that like the first thing he does after he
his debut episode, it's like, oh, you're the bad guy, huh? Pulls out a Tommy gun from Hammerspace.
Some in the back.
Oh, all right. Here, call one.
Yeah, let's see you in the back.
Favorite voice I've ever done? It is a tie between very similar voices. In Bacano Abridged, a villain who normally just has some kind of Eastern European accent. Instead, I changed him so now he sounds like a bad version of a Maurice LaMarche character, like doing what's that actor, the Peas guy?
Orson Welles.
His Orson Welles impression, but he's got a big lisp and he's a rapper. And There was a time when I was like, it's 4 a.m. I should record for that episode on the other side of the house. There were points I was literally getting into character by rolling around on the floor in my office. And he is really fun. It's going to be a bummer that I don't get to play him again. Drunk Boss is the closest thing. Right there in the front. Yeah, yes, that is a joke from the critic. Yeah, that's Maurice LaMarche. Yeah. Jay.
I have a question for Drunk Boss.
Oh, what's your question for Drunk Boss, Mr. J?
I have a bunch of new subordinates. How do I train them fastly and cheaply?
Oh, we got a lot of subordinates. You gotta train them fast and cheap. First, what you gonna do is put them in a box. And you gotta keep them all in one space. Then you mail that box just to the post. Just say post office on the stamp. They'll know what to do. And then when they come back, they'll all be men.
Here is a real question, very briefly. Hi, Jello. How long have you guys been voice acting? How did you decide this seems like a cool thing to do with my time? I used to waste a lot of time by playing video games, going as far as I could, and reading out all the lines, like just alone in my house.
Not alone.
Alone in my house, or with Plaster there. And we play things like Paper Mario, and it'd be like, how many voices can we do before we literally have no voice, or have no voices left to do? And also, just like talking to yourself out loud gives you a lot of practice.
I think there's kind of a related question that you've been asked before, which is people sometimes ask, like, how do you get a group of people together to do all these things? Because it sure makes it easier than if it's just you. You can answer that, or I can just roll.
We probably both have advice. My advice, that's the best question I've ever received, is...
Thank you, I'm the best.
Is you should really produce as much of your own content as you can at first, because it is so much easier for people to know if you're a good fit for collaboration if you already have not even a portfolio, but you gotta have for voice work. I listen to anything anyone sends me, like, hey, can I be on your channel? Would you take me as one of your voice actors? And even if they don't have a demo, I will listen to stuff they've done if they send it to me. So even something as small as that is enough to be like, hey, here is something that shows my talents where I'd be good at. That's a really good way to actually meet people. Also, be okay with failure, because if you've been to any voice actors panel, they will tell you even the professional ones try out for 30 things a week and get one thing a month.
Yeah. The only thing I would add is that there's an entire separate skill set for using sites like Voice Acting Alliance or Behind the Voice Actors and going through the many, many threads that people put up for their projects and filtering out 90% of them. Basically there's a set of signs you learn that you read the thing and it's nope, this isn't gonna happen. This isn't gonna happen. This person doesn't know what they're doing. This looks bad. It's kind of harsh, but my experience with those sites, because that's how I started, is that about 80 to 90% of the things I ever got cast in never got produced, either because the producer was flaky or tried to take on too much, or because other people in the cast were. So I would stay away if you're just trying to get into something and you don't have other people to work with, and for whatever reason you're not going to self-produce right out of the gate. I would say stay away, far away from anything that's we're going to dub a whole movie or we're going to dub a whole series.
We're going to read Homestuck.
Just because those are definitely the most prone to the producer being wow, this is actual work. And so you're much better off just trying to find something that's let's dub a scene. Here's a thing that has 3 characters and it's 5 minutes long. Those are the ones that have the highest rate of success, and all you really need is to get a few of those so that you can start finding some people to work with and you can have things to reference.
Yeah, the last thing I'll say on that is if you find someone who you like at your level about, or a level or 2 above or below, that produces content, stay in contact with them forever. Because people who routinely produce any level of actual quality content are literally 1 in 1,000. It is so hard to find those people online. Okay.
Get one from back right.
You are right. How about the furthest back right person? No, that's you who just turned around. Of what?
Sword Art Online.
Of Sword Art Online? I have never seen Sword Art Online.
I've seen the first episode. I thought it was okay. I didn't like it enough to continue, and then everyone told me, the first season's great, the second season blows, and I was like, oh, well, I don't think the first season was that great, so I probably won't like. So, personally, not my scene, but I won't begrudge anyone who likes it.
I don't watch anything that doesn't have a boy I can crush on.
Guy in the red jacket near the back. Favorite Overwatch character? Junkrat.
Zenyatta!
Farah. She's my man, so to speak.
Who have I not gotten yet? Guy dressed as Brendan. Would I ever think of doing another YouTube comments readings? I want to do one for 850,000 subscribers.
Good milestone there.
No, because I have something for 1 million subscribers, and it is terrible. I am so. It's literally the first documented thing I've ever animated, and I'm really excited to.
Wow, I don't
In
even know what that
Windows
is.
Movie Maker.
Yeah, and kids pics, kids pics animation. All the way in the back, blue jacket. Okay. All right. Do you want me to answer that before the next thing? Okay. The question was, which character in JoJo, if I could pick any from what I've seen, would I voice? Probably Kakyoin, because I would love to try and voice a character who I think has no reason to exist and try and make him interesting.
Oh man.
Oh, you know who else would be fun? The guy who does the. Do you understand?
Do you understand?
There are some magical lines.
Some great English.
Oh no! All right, I lied. The person I would like to voice is the English guy who goes, "Oh, that's a baseball" in Stardust Crusaders, and I would read it exactly like that.
Oh yeah, I'd probably voice Poker Guy, the first Darby.
Yeah,
He's so cool. Yeah. He's like my favorite bad guy from all of Stardust.
Then my real answer will be second Darby, just because we'll be Darbies
We'll be
together.
bros.
And third thing? Oh, I just drank a whole bathtub of absinthe. Ooh. Aisle seat. Yes. Will I have another Hamtaro bridge? Yes, next April Fool's Day. That was so fun to make.
It's not an April Fool's prank anymore.
I don't care. The joke is Hamtaro.
The joke is it won't be that. It'll be
Gotcha!
everyone's looking for the next episode of Hamtaro. Beyblade a bridge.
See, and specifically, I don't know how many Hamtaro buffs there are out there. The episodes that we're gonna do, we took the first 3 episodes and mashed them because literally nothing ever happens in Hamtaro. We got 8 minutes out of 3 episodes. So the ones I'm going to do for the second episode, there's a arc where Sandy is looking for her missing brother Stan. That's the one we're gonna do.
It's actually gonna be like Joe VHS version of Hamtaro.
Gotcha again.
We have like 5 minutes, so.
Yay.
All right. Here, you guys pick some.
The Crown.
Oh, thank you. I was really expecting a lot of pushback on that, but that was actually, people were mostly on my side.
Surprisingly receptive to the Mabel critique.
Yeah, the only So This Is Basically that I think has had a large amount of negative reception to is Adventure Time, which is a show that right now in 2016, I think there is zero reason to watch ever or recommend to anyone, because everything it does well, there is now another show that does it better.
Those people are leaving because they hate you.
Goodbye. Anyone else I didn't get yet? Did I get you yet? Okay. What's my biggest guilty pleasure anime? I always say Bomberman Jetters to this, but I might have to change it to Ino Battle now, because apparently...
It's not a guilty pleasure.
Apparently everyone else says it's bad.
You gotta make your own bath, bro. Like, I meant to say path, but I kind of said bath, so that's also true.
I heard pet bathrobe. So.
All right.
Yeah, you gotta make your own bathtub.
My favorite anime is pet bathrobe.
So if you guys don't know about this show, it's on Crunchyroll. They translated the title as When Supernatural Battles Became Commonplace. It's also known by its Japanese name, which is like Ino Battle and some other words. I think that show's legitimately good, not ironically good. And that's what I'm wagging my finger at you.
No, I agree. Because the one thing I want from that show is a second season, because there is a character that is like, he's like ancillary and he's around a lot and he's like the gotcha, like Gary Oak type character, but he's not around that much. And it is like kind of implied, and there's a light novel, so I might just be wrong. We got the sense he has like dating sim powers, like that's his superpower, and that would be amazing. I would love to see a character with that.
I kind of like Bakugan, non-ironically.
Bakugan is hysterical.
I'm like, I'm entertained. Good enough.
Oh, another real question. What happened to the thing you showed last year with the radio host, which is Dinosaur Piggy Bank? That, I would love to have kept working on that. And the thing I always say is if I had 3 other me's, the 4th one would be working on that. Because I like that project. It is the most work for maybe the most like experimental thing. It was like a full animated thing. I might revisit it and not actually animate it, but do it like in a sort of style with like, again, more portraits. Just because we already have it recorded and it would be faster.
Also, Dinosaur Piggy Bank is too cool for Jello.
Again, in the front. What is the worst anime I've ever seen ever? Oh God. Shout outs to Popee the Performer, which I guess is an anime. I'm glad there's no reaction to that whatsoever. The one I enjoyed watching the least, and this is not a popular opinion, is Gunbusters. I hate mecha. I can't stand it.
I really hate Mirai Nikki. Sorry, not sorry.
All right there. Who is best crystal gem? I like Steven. That's hard now because Lapis and Peridot are actually characters. Peridot, I think, after the... I think she's had the most interesting arc, and she's actually changed, which is kind of refreshing because the main 3 gems have had to like... They have to like teach Steven lessons where he's like the bigger man. It's like, but like they've been around for like 5,000 years. It's like, why are you all so rude to each other? Like it doesn't make any sense. You guys want to pick one? We are basically at time, so. No one is here after, but like I don't want to keep the tech guys around either, because like they.
Let's do one more.
Let's do one more. We'll do one more question.
I don't know.
Is there a McCree?
No, it's not a McCree, but it's a guy with a cowboy hat.
Oh, there's a sniper. Sniper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Oh, geez. That's like the ultimate insult.
I think it's McCree.
Yeah, I think it's some Overwatch character.
All right, question for Joe. Good question to end on. Oh, you're pretty sure an armadillo likes you, but you're not sure? If the armadillo winks at you, that's a good sign, but it's not a full thing there. So pick up the armadillo with consent. That's the armadillo rule. And then you're gonna want to pick it up and you're gonna put it in a box. And you're gonna mail that box to the U.S. Postal Service. And if the armadillo comes back, he is into you.
He will be a man.
All right.
Yep.
I think
Thanks
that's
all
it.
for coming.
Thank you guys so much for coming. This was really fun. Yeah, and again, if you wanted to check out Anime Campaign, that's not on our main channel. It's on Warped Lamp's Twitch. You can find the advertisements for it on my channel. It will eventually be on my channel, but not for a while. Honestly, this is my first time asking her. I kind of wanted Plaster to help me make an opening for it, and then I would semi-animate it. So we'll see. Thanks again. Woo!
Chat. Thank you everyone for coming. Next event is going to be live streaming 201, streaming board games. Or more precisely, it's Livestream 201, streaming board games the old-fashioned way. Stay tuned.